That's how we supposed to be. Caught him for a feature just to kill him cause we know he's sweet. Who the f is that? Bro, go check the door, look out the window, don't forget the strap. I be on. See, I do forget I rap. I be on this well, if I'm mad, I want that from the rap. He gon' drink whatever and sell him just to say it. Say it like he wasn't even with that shit whenever he died. Mercy won't always lie to y'all. Ain't this what they been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she tryna bless me like I said I do. Like a sneeze, please for them tricky squeeze, I'm getting green. Never let them get in between of what we started. Look, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck in their head. And when I departed, I go and get it regardless. Draw like I'm an artist. We're crawling, we're straight to walking with foreigns. And my garage is on foreign. Menage, sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got it. I did it without an album. I did it for Mariah. Love, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, feeling flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, the rest in peace. Hey, the rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my then what you talking about? Gangsters moving silent, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. Was on my grind, and now I got what I deserve. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I would've asked tomorrow, y'all thought it was ready. Flexing on these, some like Papa on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type can, the main captain, grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new, she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands on my toes. Cause these want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These try to take my life, they around, get killed. You around, get smoked. Cause these feelings, y'all walk with me, don't around, no joke. No, all I know is real. When it come to me, I got young, that's rolling, I got throwing bees. I done did the DOS, I done did the KODs. Every time I'm in that, I get to throwing 30 G's. But now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no college. They 11, earn back home, that young, be wild. We young, we mobbing, like Batman, I'm with Robbie. This two-door Maybach, with my seat on reclining, I'm like, real wood up. Real wood up. If you ain't about that murder.
If you could please stand, remove your hats, and face the flag in the north end zone. Senior Sarah Van Hees will be singing the national anthem before tonight's game.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free
Thank you, Sarah Van Hees, for that incredible national anthem. The visiting Prospect Knights are coached by Dan DeBuff. And here come your Niles West Wolves.
Play-by-play, who's color commentator? Pregame will be kicking off for the Wolves. And the kick is up from West. And the Prospect player will take it back into the end zone. Graliana goods it, and it's a touchback.
If you're just joining us now, welcome to Niles West Football and Niles West Athletics. My name is Evan Hoffman. I'm joined tonight by
Nick Schwartz.
And it's a beautiful night for football. Nick, how are you feeling about this matchup today?
Well, Niles West has a lot of injuries right now. I mean, we have a bunch of guys out, and it's looking like a scarce roster. But I feel like Niles West, with their grit and their strength, they will try and pull through and fight against this hard Prospect team here. And that'll be a good first down run for Prospect there. That is running back number 26. That is Matthew Donnelly for the first down run for Prospect. Takes a snap. Drops back, pass. Deep pass out to number 3 and just overthrown. Intended target there, Devin Gardis.
So, Nick, I don't know about you, but if I were one of the coaches on the Prospect side of the ball right now, I'd be thinking, we just had a good run. We just got the first down. How can we keep this first drive humble so that we don't give away the best of our playbook? Going in deep like that is a good confidence play for your quarterback, but really, what do you gain if it's overcooked?
That is exactly right. I think they were trying to run the hurry up there. They did not get in that huddle after that first play. And he'll drop back again. He throws it out to number 4. Fights for it, and that'll be a tackle. Number 4 on the catch, Gordon Kemp. He'll be tackled by number 23, David Cotafria on the Wolves. That'll be another first down for Prospect. They are marching down this field right now.
First and 10 Knights.
It's first and 10 on the Knights, 43. Drops back to pass, passes it out to number 6. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he will be down at the 50-yard line. That was number 6, Nathan Cheech.
Something that's working for Prospect right now are a lot of these drop back plays. The Niles West defensive line is having a hard time getting past the prospect offensive line to get to that quarterback, and the quarterback just has too much time to make decisions.
That is a run out to the left side with their running back, number 26, again, and he will get the first down on that 2nd and 3 play.
Abner Andrews.
Quarterback for prospect right now is number 10, Jackson Kinky.
43. 42.
Drops back pass. Deep pass to his wide receiver number 4. Be out of bounds at the 30.
That pass is caught by Gordon Kent for the Knights.
There's another first down for the Knights. They have not had a 3rd down play on this drive yet. They are marching down this field against this Wolves defense.
1st and 10.
Jackson has his running back to the right side of him, 3 wide receivers on the left. Motion on the left side. Takes a snap, drops back. Feeling the pressure, getting outside left side. Throws a pass. That'll be caught. Number 6, sorry about that, for a first down. That'll be on the Wolves 19.
So the Wolves did a lot of good job, bringing the pressure and forcing the quarterback out of the pocket right there. But something you just got to look for is those guys on man coverage looking for the receiver, heading out into the wideout.
Takes a snap. Throws a screen pass, number 16 on the right side. Gets great blocks all the way down to the Wolves 7 there.
Abner Andrews.
Moving the chains again. It'll be 1st and goal here for Prospect. They'll be on the 8-yard line.
1st and goal for the Knights.
They'll be pushed to this right side hash here. Jackson has his running back to the right side. 2 wide receivers on each side. Motion left side. Runs it down the middle with 26, all the way down to the Wolves 3-yard line.
Camus with the stop for the Wolves. That brings up 2nd down.
That is David Camus on the stop there. One crucial part to this Wolves linebacker core. I mean, you have those 3 linebackers, David Cotafria, David Camus. Oh, and that is a touchdown. Prospect.
So much for crucial linebackers.
That was a touchdown. Prospect. Ran it right down the middle. No stop there. But like I was saying, that Wolves defensive unit there in the middle, you have Matthew Denega, the senior, number 0, with David Camus, who's also a senior, number 3. And then David Cotafria, a junior, number 23 out there. He's a hard hitter. You better watch out for him when you're running down the middle. And it does not seem like Prospect will be going for the field goal here. This is a weird setup. Oh, no, they will be going for the field goal. That was a weird flip there. The quarterback will be holding the snap here.
Might be looking at a fake 2-pointer early in the game.
Be. And the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Prospect.
So, Nick, coming off of a very strange-looking end to the first Prospect drive, the Wolves' defense had a couple of good points. Obviously, the linebackers did a good job of keeping pressure in the middle of the field and forcing the Prospect quarterback to look to either side of the wideout. But at the same time, the Wolves have to do a lot better on the defensive line, stopping the run. What do you think thus far?
I mean, we've obviously seen a lot from this Prospect offense. I mean, we saw the passing game. It looked very well. Their quarterback had a ton of time, and when he was pressured on time, he would get out of the pocket and make a good pass to his wide receivers. I mean, I feel like he's going to be a big threat in this game after just watching that first drive. I mean, the run game, too, was amazing. They just plowed it down the middle every time, and this defense had no stop for it, no answer for it, and we'll see what the Wolves offense can respond back with.
Wholeheartedly agree. Here's the kickoff for Mount Prospect.
Going to be kicked to the right side. That'll be Matthew Padron receiving it, 5-yard line. He'll take it out, and he will be down at around the 16 there. Be 1st and down for the Wolves.
Matthew Padron fights ahead.
So here we go. The Wolves offensive unit coming out to the field. I'm predicting they'll probably want to keep the ball on the ground and break up this Prospect defense. Obviously, Prospect is a very competitive team. They're coming off a 1-1 record. So if I were the coach on the Wolves, I would be thinking, all right, how can we mess up this defensive line and get our running back across the field for some good, easy yards?
Exactly. I mean, our running back here is actually Tyron Marshall, who had 3 touchdowns in our last home game here. And that'll be a stop in the backfield for Prospect. And another thing here to look out for is Niles West quarterback Nick West is out today. So it'll be number 19, Bodie Bickhouse, taking the snaps for the Wolves here.
You know, as you mentioned earlier, the injuries could be harming the Wolves here tonight. So let's hear the whimpers and cries from the Wolf.
We have running back number 26 in the backfield, Wyatt Nordina here. Motion on the right side, hands it off to Wyatt Nordina, and he will be stuffed in the backfield again. That'll be another loss for 2 yards. This Prospect D-line is not taking anything here. I mean, like you were saying about running it on the ground and pound here for that Wolves offense. Maybe they need to take it out in the air here. I mean, we just saw 2 losses from 2 runs there. It'll be 3rd and 12 for the Wolves here, backed up in their own zone here. Wyatt Nordina behind Bodie Bickhouse here. 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 wide receiver on the left side. Prospect looks as they're bringing a big defensive push here. Motion on the right side, that's Cole Sebastian. And he will drop back and pass. Pressure on the right side, and he gets the pass out, but that is automatically stopped there. That will be a completion, but it will be stopped immediately. That was an amazing defensive stand for that Prospect defense.
So we can talk about injuries all night long, but I do think that the West quarterback did a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions, and finding the open receiver right there in the wideout. I think that that's something you want to look for in your backup quarterback, and even though he couldn't move the ball downfield, it's nice that he was able to get it loose and not sacked.
That's exactly what you want there. It will be a short punt here. The Prospect will get very good yardage here. It's number 6 on the return. Catches it at the 50, breaks a tackle, taking it all the way down to the 40, breaks another tackle, moving his way down the field, breaks another tackle, and he finally gets stopped at the Wolves 35. That is a 15-yard return. This will be amazing field position for the Prospect Knights here. That was number 6 for the Knights. That is Nathan Chichi. He will be playing wide receiver out here on that left side. You better watch out for him. He's very good.
So on defense, you know, it's early in the game. It's 7-0. The Wolves shouldn't have to worry right now. I think that they have a good chance at getting a stop.
Drops back to pass, throws it out deep to his wide receiver. That's number 3, and it is caught for another Prospect touchdown. That was a very quick touchdown. That was caught by Devin Gertis.
And we're noticing here from the Prospect Knights that, you know, as earlier in the game, right when they went for that one deep pass right after their first play of the first drive, they like going for deep passes. And I think that that's something that the Wolves can learn from moving forward into the game, down, you know, 13-0 in the first quarter. I think, obviously, this is still a winnable game. Whatever you can do to pick up is definitely something that you want to keep to your side, especially with an offense this efficient. Maybe
drop a safety back there in the deep. I mean, anything. And they will go for the 2-point conversion here. He'll take the snap. That was a very weird setup there, but it seemed to work for the Knights. They did that last time, but they motioned all their men into the kick position, but they tricked the Wolves here and just went for the 2-point conversion. So it will be 15-0 Prospect Knights.
Well, yeah, Nick, this is a very interesting way to open up the top of the first quarter of the game. You know, obviously, as you mentioned, the Knights looked like they were going in 2-point conversion position during their first touchdown, and for them to actually go for it the second time when they really don't need to, it's an interesting decision by the coaching staff. And in my opinion, not the greatest of sportsmanship.
No. I mean, maybe they're trying to set a tone. Maybe they're trying to start something up. Maybe just try and get the Wolves in their head here. But it's something we don't see very often here, especially in high school football. You usually see a kick there. but we will see another kickoff. They do seem to motion their men on the kickoff here too. And it will be a flip kick out to number 26. Oh, and he fumbles it! And we'll see who recovered it. That was Wyatt Nordino who could not catch the ball, and it'll be Prospect ball. That is a fumbled kickoff. He just could not get his hands on that ball. It'll be Prospect football at the 40-yard line.
So while it is a bit negative to see the Wolves have to take the defensive ball back this, late in the beginning of the first quarter, this is a time for them to try out what we discussed, maybe putting a safety back there and looking for some of those deep passes. You just have to make sure that you're watching for those audibles in case Prospect tries to keep it on the ground then.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we did see Safan Mahalia, number 8 there. He got an interception last home game, and this will be a false start on the Wolves defensive line. Like I was saying, sorry, I got interrupted there. That is number 8 back there, safety, Stefan Mihaila. He did get an interception in our last home game, and he scored a touchdown. I mean, we know he can catch some footballs, and we'll see if he can. We'll see if they place him back there. Maybe they put him on a 2-1 man here. Yes, he will be dropping back there, and it'll be a deep ball to the left side on the opposite side of Mihalia, and it'll be stopped. That is number 10 on coverage. That is Andrew Avnar. That was great coverage.
And Andrew hasn't looked that bad tonight at all, and it looks like some of the star players on the Wolves defense might get a chance to shine. I'm also noticing that the Prospect quarterback seems to not be able to throw a spiral yet. So we're going to hope that some of these deep balls go in West's favor as we keep the game alive and keep the ball moving.
Exactly. And we do notice that he still has not thrown a ball over that middle. He likes his outside balls on that left side and right side, and we'll see if the Wolves start to put some guys on the left side and the right side, and that'll be a ball right down the middle. That'll be number 6 again. That is Nathan Chichi. That is a 20-yard gain.
It's enough for a first down for Prospect.
It'll be Prospect first down at the 20-yard line. Jackson takes the snap, fakes the pitch, runs it down the middle, and he will get a big gain there, being pushed in a pile there. And the ball will be marked first down, Prospect.
So this is good training for the Niles West defense. It looks like we're dealing with a multiple type of offense. An offense that's comfortable doing all types of plays. QB keep, showing off to the wide out, going deep. So this is definitely something that the Wolves should be looking hard for good information.
It'll be a run down the middle, and he will be stuffed there. It'll turn into second down and goal for the Prospect Knights here, and we do have a Wolf injured on the field there at the 5-yard line.
Officials timeout.
Yeah, like you were saying there, we have seen a lot of different plays here from the Prospect Knights. They are coming up on this Wolves defense very different here. The Wolves aren't very used to seeing a multi-skilled quarterback. I mean, this quarterback, number 10, Jackson, he is looking very well out here. I mean, he can throw the ball deep like we've seen. He's got good eyes down the middle. He can scramble out. And then also this running game here too. I mean, the Wolves haven't seemed to stop this running game either. Prospect just looks like a very power-heavy offense here. And we'll see what they can do on this goal line here. Play will resume after this injury timeout here. Running back on the right side of Jackson here. Takes the snap, drops back. Look for his wide receiver on the left side, trips, falls. That is a great defensive play by number 10 again. Avner Andrew.
And, I'm looking at the right side of the Prospect offense. A lot of those receivers are very locked up. In Niles West, they're DBs and they're further back players. They're doing a good job of keeping the safety on it, doing a good job of locking up that right side and forcing the quarterback into some left wide out throws.
Exactly. That's what we love to see out of the Wolves there. And it'll be a run down the middle, and he will reach in for it, and it will be... that a touchdown? And it is. They have not marked it a touchdown. I think the refs will talk about this. It will be marked at the 1, I think, here. He did reach out for that goal line there. I mean, I could not tell if he got it from my angle.
I couldn't either.
It will, no touchdown. Or no, they will have a further look at this here.
I guess we'll have a timeout here for the refs to speak about it. And while we wait, again, I'd like to give some kudos to the Niles West defense. They're definitely adjusting and getting a better understanding of who the quarterback likes most. I would, however, advise them to be wary of the tight end, because the tight end is a viable option if the quarterback can't look to his right or his left.
And it will be an almost tush push there. It will be a touchdown, though. That was marked short on that first play. And it'll be a touchdown for the Knights again. That was almost a little Eagles there, a little tush push going in there.
Yeah. It'd be funny if we could hear what the refs' thoughts were on the tush push. It'd be nice to see that tonight. Only on the Wolves side of the ball, though.
We will not see this fake again here. Maybe we will see a fake, but we will not see that lineup again. They will be lined up in the kick formation here. And the kick is good. That'll make it 22-0 Prospect Knights.
So the Wolves are letting the game get away from them a little bit. At this point, I would try and keep the defense just stalwart. Try to stop the runs and see if you can train them for the second half. On the offensive side of the ball, it may be worth looking into going over the middle with your passes and looking for some of the tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we've seen 3 prospect drives, but only 1 Niles West drive. So if we could see another Niles West drive here, we could see a little comeback here for the Wolves. Maybe a nice drive. I mean, if not a touchdown, a field goal here too. Points on the board would be amazing for the Wolves here, just to get a little boost in confidence here, a little morale boost after a 22-0 first 3 drives for the Prospect Knights.
I wholeheartedly agree here as we set up for kickoff for the Wolves.
And it'll be kicked deep down, and the Wolves will let it go out of their end zone. It'll be placed at the 25.
Touchback, it'll be Wolves ball.
So with 5:21 remaining of the quarter, let's see what the Wolves try and do on the offense here. They may or may not take some notes from what Prospect has been doing, keeping themselves multiple, keeping the offensive playbook open and wide so that they have a bunch of different things to try. They're just kids at the end of the day, and it's important to let them have fun. So maybe they'll try some interesting stuff here. We'll see.
We Bodie Big House out for the snap here. 2 out wide on the right side here for the Wolves. He'll take the snap, runs out to his right side, gets blocked, and he will be stuffed in the backfield. That'll be a 5-yard loss for the Wolves there.
It takes a whole
That was a Bodie Big House sack there.
It'll be second down for the
I mean, we have seen 1 pass from the Wolves here, and our offensive line did crumble, but we could see a very good pass here maybe. It looks like, I mean, you could see on the huddle here, it looks like the prospect is bunching up that inside. I mean, you have this whole left side field out here with only 1 DB out here. You stack 3 wide receivers on this left side, you open up the field a lot.
When it looks almost like a blitz, which may make running the ball a bit unsanitary here.
Takes a snap, drops back to pass, throws it out to his right side. That is Stefan Mihaila, and he will be pushed out of bounds. That'll be a big gain for the Wolves. That is very good for the Wolves offense there. It'll be 3rd and 2.
So that is a good release from the Wolves quarterback, keeping himself calm and collected, going through his progressions. It looked like the pocket may have been a bit of an issue for a second, but he kept his cool and gave it right to his receiver out there to put the Wolves in good position in this drive.
Exactly. He'll drop back out to his left side, throws the ball behind his receiver. The intended receiver there was Cole Sebastian. And there was a flag on the field. It could be a holding on the Wolves. It will be a holding on the Wolves there. after the incompleted pass. You know, you did see that prospect defensive line get in that backfield very easily there. But that was a great play by Bodie there to get out of his pocket, get out of his comfort zone, and find his receiver on the left side. He did have an open receiver there, just a little bit hard of a throw there on the run, on his back foot, on his left side. But he did make a great play out of it, and it's a very good look to see from your quarterback.
And I wouldn't hold the play against him. It became a flag anyway, so it's all right moving forward.
It will be back to where that pass started. It'll be 3rd and 12 for the Wolves here. We will see 2 wide receivers on this left side here. Yeah, you will see that prospect defense move to their right side here. Moving that DB out. Bodie's drop backs, throws it out to his left side and just a little bit down on his receiver. The intended receiver there, Matthew Padron. It will be 4th down for the Wolves.
It will be 4th down.
And so it was nice to see the Wolves try a few different passing plays. And it was good to see the quarterback get the ball out so quickly, which is good when your pocket closes. At the same time, the quarterback has to remain a bit more focused when he's going for those passes. All power and no accuracy doesn't help you out, which is what resulted in this punt. But it's nice seeing some life from the Wolves offense.
Exactly. I mean, it does look like this prospect defensive back group here is very, very heavy on these wide receivers. I mean, the wide receivers have done a great job of getting open, but this DB room looks very well. I mean, both teams' DB groups have been doing very well, especially this Wolves room. I mean, they have been holding this this quarterback to some good, hard passes here, and we'll see if they can do it on this drive. Prospect will be backed up into their own 32 here. See if this Wolves defense can get a stop. They will have 2 tight ends behind the tackles here and 1 wide receiver on each side out wide. We'll see if they run a nice tight end play here like you were talking about. Watching out for those tight ends for this Wolves defense. Takes a snap, drops back to pass. Going open onto his left side. Pump fakes, another pump fake, and throws it down. That was a great defensive, and there's a flag on the field. That was a great defensive stand by the Wolves there, putting pressure on that quarterback. And as we said, that DB room there, just great coverage. He had no one open there.
I totally agree, and it was a good decision by the prospect quarterback to just let the ball float and not try to go for any big ballsy plays. The quarterback definitely has some good experience, and he's showing that off tonight for the Prospect Knights.
Exactly. And the flag will be on Prospect. That'll be a holding. It'll send them back 10 yards, so it'll be 1st and 20 for the Prospect Knights here. Maybe they go for another deep pass like we saw on those first 2 drives. I mean, they do have 2 wide receivers on each side here. We have not seen this yet from the Prospect Knights here. They'll motion their running back out, and they will get the Wolves to jump on the snap. I think that was probably the intended play there, to get the Wolves to jump on the play and get some yardage out there.
Yeah, and that's the second offsides flag we've seen from the Wolves tonight, so we're going to hope that they don't jump the ball again, and maybe the Wolves offense can put that to some good use too.
Yeah. I mean, it's just discipline on that line here. You got to wait for the ball to be snapped. I mean, it's very difficult. You're very giddy to get to that quarterback. It'll be a screen play out to his wide receiver on the left side. He will break a tackle, break another tackle, and he will finally be pushed out of bounds after about a 10-yard gain there.
All team up to make the stop for the Wolves. It'll be 2nd and 7
It'll
for
be
the Knights.
2nd and 7 for the Prospect Knights. I mean, that offsides jump really hurt the Wolves there. I mean, giving them a good 5 yards. 5 yards is very important in a long game here. And the quarterback will drop back, screen play, and his plowed backwards. It'll be around a 3-yard gain It'll be 3rd and 4. Tackled by David Cotafria there.
That brings up
And it looks like the
32.
back of the Wolves defense doing a lot of the work as the Wolves defensive line can't seem to get those tackles down.
Yeah, we have another player for the Wolves
Wolves
down
timeout.
here. So it'll be a Wolves timeout here. I mean, we did see in the first 2 drives there, the quarterback really liked to look for his wide receivers on those outsides, but now he's really looking for them, but he can't find them. I mean, he sees these black jerseys everywhere, all over his wide receivers, and this is very good for the Wolves here. If the prospect quarterback cannot find his receivers, like we just saw, he's rushing to find that screenplay, his drop down pass, his savior pass, and sometimes that doesn't get you a lot of yards. So this is very crucial for that Wolves defense to keep that secondary strong.
And we're definitely seeing some good pressure, as you mentioned, from the Wolves, because we're seeing the quarterback on the Knights side pushed out of the pocket a lot more often and having to rely on those kind of short-looking passes, which is different from what we saw earlier in the game, where they could throw the ball downfield a bit more loosely.
Exactly. It'll be motion and another jump off sides for the Wolves.
It'll be offsides on the Wolves.
And I guess we'll have to wait another play out to commentate that while we look for the Wolves to figure out what went wrong with that.
I mean, this will be a good thing for Prospect to look forward to. I mean, the Wolves don't seem disciplined on that line. They have jumped 3 times so far in this game. It'll be a fumbled snap. He was looking for the read option there to fake the handoff to his running back, but he fumbles the ball. It'll be a loss of 3 there. Luckily, he picked that ball up before any Wolves could get there. It'll be another injury timeout. Prospect player on the field.
And you hate to see it, all these injuries today, tonight. We're definitely going to hope that these players are all right going home tonight. I will say that Prospect has just put Niles West in a great position. Hopefully the Wolves are able to capitalize on this, and this is definitely a moment that you'd want to take, to reevaluate, all right, what can we do a little bit better and who can we cover a bit better? We could definitely double up on those tight ends or those receivers and make the quarterback even more uncomfortable.
Exactly. I mean, he's been looking to his running back here a lot recently in this drive because his running back is his savior out to those right and left sides. With his wide receivers being covered downfield deep and short, his running back is really helping him out here. So if the Wolves could also get a linebacker holding on that running back, it would be a great defensive drive for the Wolves and a great defensive game for the Wolves here. We do see that 2 tight end lineup here, and he will pass it out to one of his tight ends here on the left side, and he will be pushed out of bounds at around the 45. So it'll be third and 9 for the Prospect Knights. And that he was pushed out of bounds by number 10 there, Avnar Andrew. We have seen him a lot. He has been a key part of this Wolves defense. I mean, his skills on that wide receiver, the number 6 here, wide receiver Nathan, he has been doing really well for the Prospect Knights. And that'll be a screen play down to his wide receiver, number 4, and he will fight for the first down. That is a first down Knights. Pass to Gordon Kemp, fights for the first down. That was a great play. None of the Wolves can get him down. So Prospect will flip the field here, and it'll be first down at the Wolves 44.
And it takes a pack of Wolves to keep the Knights down, unfortunately, as we're moving here for another first down.
And it'll be another jump off sides for the Wolves. The Knights have been taking control of this Wolves defensive line here. It's hard to see, but just a little bit of discipline helps. So we have 3 wide receivers on the right side here. Screen play down to the right side. Number 16 drops back, and he gets another first down, pushed out of bounds by number 16. That is Asa.
Yeah, and again, the Knights are just doing a good job of breaking tackles from Niles West and putting the ball further downfield than theoretically we should be allowing. So, you know, this first quarter may not look too great for the Wolves, but when we go into the break, hopefully the Wolves figure out a way to mediate some of those issues.
And that was an overthrown ball by the quarterback. He was looking for his wide receiver, number 6 there. But that was Avnar Andrew again on great coverage, not letting his wide receiver get anywhere open there. I mean, he's a key part of this defense. You want to keep him on the field as much as you can, especially on this number 6. He is clearly the quarterback's favorite target here. We've seen him look for him a lot. Motion on the right side here. Run down the middle. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. And he will be taken down at around the 21. That is number 53. That is Muhammad Musali.
Well, so going back 2 plays, you mentioned how Niles West's wide receiver coverage is both good and could be even better. I agree, because Niles West has been doing a good job in this drive of pressuring the quarterback, so forcing the quarterback to make uncomfortable deep passes could be very helpful.
Exactly, and he will run out to the left side, and he will be lobbing that over David Corafria there for a first down. That was just a great play. We've seen that a lot here by that prospect offense. Just getting out to the flats and getting that open screen play going. These wide receivers have been doing a great job blocking for their teammates. I mean, at this point, the DB room for the Wolves here is doing a great job coverage, but they cannot block shed these wide receivers who are doing a great job blocking them. And it'll be a fake run, and he really faked the Wolves there. That will be taken in for another rushing touchdown by the quarterback, Jackson.
And you're looking at the prospect quarterback, and you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, this guy's a triple threat. He can put the ball down the field. He can put it in the midfield. He's great at these options and these fakes as well, which is something that has been hurting the Wolves up to this point.
Yeah. We will not see another 2-point conversion here. We will see a kicked field goal. And it seems as that was just a one-time thing. I mean, like you said, a bad sportsmanship deal there, but we'll hope to not see it again, because it's not nice by the prospect offense. And also very risky for the prospect offense there, too. I mean, we did see another failed drive by the Wolves, but we did see a lot of hope in that drive. That defense did hold their own.
That was, I think, the longest drive for the Knights thus far tonight. So what the Wolves were doing, they should definitely capitalize on. And the game isn't lost if you gain something from it.
Exactly. I mean, you see a lot of Wolves coming off that field there, a little angry about that drive, but they should be happy. I mean, the progress that has been made through that drive, is a lot for the Wolves. I mean, like you said, that was the longest drive for Prospect's offense, and it was probably the most difficult for that offense. They had the most hard time getting down that field. I mean, obviously those false starts did help the Prospect offense a lot. So getting that in check with your D-line there would be a very crucial part for Coach A to do. Because those offside jumps hurt the defense a lot. But we did see a lot of lights on that defensive drive.
And here we go. The Niles West offense coming back into the field with a huddle, looking kind of fired up, and it's getting me pretty hopeful for this drive to see what changes are they going to make and what have they talked about with their players. The quarterback had a bit of a rough time getting the ball downfield, but there were a lot of good open positions, which means the Prospect defense isn't as great as their offense might be.
Yeah, I mean, that offense is very powerful, but this defense, we've seen a couple holes in here. Bodie's given us a lot of hope here. And Tyron will take it out of the back, breaks another tackle, and he will take it for around a 9-yard gain. That is Tyron Marshall. We did see him a lot in our last home game here. He was amazing. He had 3 straight touchdowns and 3 straight drives. He is a threat on this offense for the Wolves. this Prospect defense needs to look out for him.
And there's good reading of trouble down the field by Tyron Marshall as he takes the ball, realizes the pocket closed way too quickly, and takes it down his right side of the field. That's some good field awareness that you like seeing from your players.
Exactly. I mean, that was a left side run for the Wolves there. That was a left read, but he did read that pocket broke, and he took it out to the right side, finding that open space and getting into that open space, breaking tackles, and finding himself a 9-yard gain. It'll be a pitch out to the left side to Tyron Marshall. He will use his speed to get out to this left side. Takes a big hit, but breaks the hit, and he will get a first down. That is a very tough play for Tyron.
Wow, and a big Jaquan Brisker level attack from the Prospect Knights as Tyron holds strong and takes a couple of hits there from a barrage of Knights. And that'll put the Wolves in better position than they've had all night, Nick.
And you did hear that crowd did feel a little bit riled up about that hit there, and they seem to love it. I mean, he's a crowd player. He scores touchdowns, makes big plays. I mean, everybody loves to watch him play. He will be in this backfield again behind Bodie Bighouse. Let's see if they run it again here. I mean, it seems to work for the Wolves here. They will run it down the middle with Tyron. He breaks another tackle, makes a juke, breaks another tackle. That is a great block by Bodie Bighouse, and he will bring it out for another 9-yard. That'll be a 10-yard gain. That'll be a first down for the Wolves.
Yeah, and there's Tyron Marshall again displaying some good versatility, and we're seeing some of the best life from the Wolves offense all night as they're moving it down the field for another first down. And again, like you mentioned during the play, there's some great blocking going on for the Wolves offense, which is encouraging to see for these players.
I mean, especially on that play, we saw Bodie, our quarterback, out there, getting rough and dirty and making a big block on one of those heavy linebackers. I mean, you love to see it out of your quarterback, a tough, strong player leading this offense. I mean, you just want to see that out of your quarterback. When your quarterback does that, you feel fired up. He wants to play for you, you want to play for him. And we will go to the end of this first quarter here. Wolves will be down 29-0, but they will start with the ball.
So a lot to take away here from the first quarter. The Wolves defense is definitely showing a decent form of, what's the word I'm looking for, diversity. They're able to adapt to some of the play styles that Mount Prospect is displaying, and they should definitely look to capitalize on how rough the deep ball passes are from the Mount Prospect quarterback. On the offensive side of the ball for the Wolves, we've seen some good blocking from not only the quarterback, but also some great running there by Tyron Marshall, which I think we would both expect to see again at the top of the second quarter.
Exactly. I mean, like you did say, the Prospect quarterback did have some troubles with those deep balls. I mean, he seems, when he is in pressure, he kind of seems to just throw it up when he wants to. I mean, we did see a couple of flashes from him when he would find the open space, but this Wolves defensive line has been putting a lot of pressure on him recently, and we love to see it. It looks like Coach A has been very open to seeing new things and seeing what he can do to make this game a lot closer than it should be. We'll see the football on the other side of the field here. We have Tyron Marshall in the backfield again. We will see him a lot this drive after those first couple plays. We do have it seems like we have a play clock issue here. Yes, we do. They had 10 minutes up on the board. We needed 12.
That's the kind of mistake I would make.
Need those extra 2 minutes. Those 2 minutes are very helpful. And we will have a jump on the Wolves offensive line there. False start.
False start.
Yeah, so Prospect is definitely playing a bit dirty tonight, forcing a lot of false starts on the offensive side of the ball, as we've seen the first one tonight, but also a lot of offsides from the defensive side of the ball for Niles West. Definitely want to keep your eye out for that if you're the coach right now, but more specifically the players.
Exactly. I mean, football's a lot of physical dominance, but it's a lot of mental too. You got to wait for that ball to be snapped, and that snap count can really get you. will feel the pressure. He'll break out to his left side, takes the run, takes a big hit, Bodie Bighouse, and he will be taken down at the first. He gets it back, gets a 1 yard gain there. The refs will give it to him. That'll be a 1 yard gain for Bodie there. Way to get out on the left side there. Broke a tackle, used his speed to get outside, and then took a big hit from that linebacker and still played through it.
Well, and Bodie's presented himself as a very robust quarterback thus far, between the blocking for him, protecting Taron Marshall, and this last play, him taking a rough hit to the shoulder. That is a good upside from your quarterback, somebody able to take a lot of big hits.
We will see another second and around 13 for the Wolves here. He will pitch it out to Tyron Marshall on that right side. Bodie getting out to block. Tyron Marshall has space, gets a block, and he will get down to around the 43 there. That is another great play for Tyron, using his speed to get outside and using his blocker to get behind and find that space. You see him put his arm on his blocker's back to let him know that I'm here and you're in front of me. Let me get into that open space, and he did.
Well, and on the other side of this offensive ball, that's some good playmaking decision by Bodie. The play action does not come easy, and to decide, I'm going to hand it off to my running back because I trust that guy, that's important to have. Trust in your teammates and good field reading, too.
I mean, you love to see it out of your young quarterback who's a junior here. He will be taking over this offense when Nick West graduates, so it's good to see him on this year. And it will be almost intercepted. Bodie Bighouse was hit on that play. That was really good pressure by the prospect defense.
That brings up 4th down.
It will be 4th down. And I think the Wolves will elect to punt here. They will.
Well, so this drive wasn't the most special thing in general football, but for Niles West, it was a good thing to see. A lot of good movement from Tyron Marshall, a lot of good development from the offensive side of the ball here for the Wolves, and ending in a punt isn't the worst thing in the world if you're taking away something that you're learning. And the Niles West coaches, for their play calling, have definitely learned something tonight.
Exactly. I mean, that drive was, we didn't get across halfway, but that drive was something special for that offense. We will have a down ball. It'll be a prospect ball at the 30. I don't really know what happened there.
I don't know if I agree with that. It looks like the refs are considering that the low snap by the long snapper hit the ground before it fully got into the hands of the punter for the Wolves. And, I'm not sure if I agree with that call, but the refs are the ones down there, so I guess we'll see some interesting field position from the Knights.
Yeah, we will see a very, very good field position for the Knights. I mean, they probably would have been backed around their own 30-yard line there, but that call puts them at the Wolves' 35. So this will be great field position for the prospect here. Let's see what they can do. Well, they will be at the 30, actually. Sorry, 29. They keep moving it back. Prospect has wide receivers on each side here. Takes a snap, hands it off to his running back down the middle. He finds an open play, and he will be tackled at the 20-yard line.
Stop by Quincy Thomas.
That tackle was by Quincy Thomas there.
It's a gain of 12 for the Knights.
It'll be a 1st down for the Prospect Knights. That run was wide open there. That was great blocking by that offensive line, finding that hole. And then great run reading by that running back, finding that hole and getting into that open space to find that. And he does it again, puts it right down the middle, punching it right through the Wolves' defensive line. He will get another 1st down here. It will be at the Wolves' 7.
And the Knights are providing a lot of really good offensive line blockage right now, putting a lot of pressure on the Niles West defensive line, which, on our side of the ball isn't the greatest thing, but it's nice seeing that level of aggressiveness from your own offensive line.
Exactly. And this defensive line, feeling like they're falling apart here. I mean, it was looking very well, very high pressure on those first couple of drives. And here we go, another great stop. That was that was a great defensive play. That was number 3, David Camus, got in that backfield behind the running back, getting all the way back there before the running back could almost even get the ball, and tackles him by the shoestrings.
And that was good reaction time from the Wolves defensive line. You saw one of the defenders up close in the middle of the line switch immediately off of his target.
That was a tough play by the Wolves there.
Yeah, never mind what I was saying, because the Knights did force a touchdown at the top of the second quarter.
We did see a nice play there by the Knights. It was a very tough play for the Wolves there. We had the motion on the right side going to the left side by the wide receiver. That shifted that DB over to the right side, opening up that left side, and they just took complete advantage of it. A delayed tight end coming off that left side that just tore the Wolves apart, and he was wide open, nowhere within 20 yards of him. So we'll hope to see a little bit better defense from the Wolves there. Kick is good. It'll set down to 36-0. Prospect Knights here.
So while we are at this point in the game, the crowd turnout for the Wolves is pretty decent tonight, and we've got some good crowd display, especially from the student section down there. On the other side of the ball, the Prospect Knights have a great turnout. I think this is the biggest I've ever seen the crowd on the traveling side of the bleachers, so for what that's worth.
There was talk about, at Niles West, there was talk about a party bus for the Prospect Knights to bring a student section to this game, and it seems as if that was true. It seems they do have their own student section over there, so maybe that is doing something for the game here. Taking the home field advantage away from the Wolves. Kick will be backed out to the end zone. It'll be placed at the Wolves 20.
Touchback. It'll be Wolves ball at the 20.
And I think there has only been one Wolves return tonight, and even that was faulted, brought up to, I think, about either the 13 or the 16. So the kicker for the Knights is doing a great job of pinning the Wolves closer to their own end zone.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen exactly the opposite, too. I mean, this prospect kicker has seen what his team has done, and he does not want that to happen for his team on defense. I mean, they have had a lot of big returns prospect on that offense, on the punt returns and the kick returns. So maybe he just doesn't want that to happen, so he's kicking them out of the end zone. He doesn't want any risks to happen. Because we do have Tyron Marshall out there, and we have seen what he can do on that offense. So we know he can do some stuff on that kick return. Takes a snap, drops back for the pass. Throws number 18, Sebastian Batista, and it will be caught for a Wolves 8-yard gain.
And that's some good play versatility and some good field awareness by the Wolves quarterback. I believe that was Bodie with the ball in hand for that play, and it's nice being able to see some open receivers at this point in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play for the Wolves, throwing it down the middle. Bodie breaking pressure, breaking another tackle, and he will be down. That'll be a loss of 3 there. That was just great pressure by that prospect defensive line there. Very difficult for Bodie to get out and get into open space. I mean, he did have that right side, but the prospect DBs were covering his receivers. So he tried to get back out to that left side, but the defensive line was already there, and he was in a pickle there and nowhere to go. Hopefully we could see another pass like we did on that first down here. Maybe a nice little slant or a screen pass here. 3 wide receivers out wide on the left side.
And it's interesting seeing the Wolves go for a trips, play position here, having a bunch of wide receivers up on one side. They might be trying a sneaky play.
It will be a pass to Matthew Padron, and it will be batted out of his hands. That is number 8. That is Will Fiddler. That was a great defensive stand by Will there. Just batting the ball out of his receiver's hand, and he had no way to catch that. I mean, that was just a peanut punch basically there.
Yeah, and the Wolves will be punting again, but it is nice that we were able to see them get the pass game going and more than just, throwing to the running back. They were able to find a couple of men downfield, and it looks like the quarterback on the Wolves side of the ball is having an easier time reading. It's just the receivers that need to get those balls.
Exactly. I mean, we have seen a lot of changes from this Wolf offense from the first drive and then now. And it will be a fumbled return there, but luckily receives it. That was Cole Sebastian punching out the ball there.
Cole Sebastian.
Great way for your gunners to get down the field and get there. And that's what you want to see in a gunner. I mean, you put those guys on those outsides to get down the field and tackle that returner. And that is exactly what Cole Sebastian did there. Putting pressure on that return man, making him fumble that punt, but
When props to the Niles West special teams, because I believe that isn't the first fumbled punt return that the Prospect Knights have had tonight.
exactly, and he will throw down the middle, breaks another tackle, fumble the ball, but he receives it again, and it will be a big gain for Prospect. That was
Armin Kolar gets there first.
he was tackled by Armin Kolar. That was Nathan Chincy again.
Gain of 25 for the Knights.
It's a gain of 25 for the Prospect Knights there. We did see a lot on that play. We saw the great screen play there, getting his wide receiver from that left side into the middle. DB got a little caught up there with his other receiver. And then just breaking tackles, using his speed to get out there, and then almost fumbling the ball there, but he caught it again and gained it. Got a big 25-yard gain, putting Prospect in a great field position. They would run it down the middle again to that right side. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, finding open space, and he will be taken down by number 13. That is Rush Shattuck. It'll be another first down for the Prospect Knights. That is a big gain again.
At the 15-yard
There's some
line.
good play calling by the Knights. Obviously, they realized that putting the ball up wasn't really working, and occasionally they could put it down the middle to find a tight end. But at the end of the day, keeping the ball on the ground and confusing the defense, especially with that fake pass by the Prospect quarterback, is just the cherry on top for a nicely called play.
Drops back to pass to his left side, looking to his right side, looking to his receiver, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver there was number 4, Gordon Kemp. Armin Kolar there. Great defensive stand. Batting that ball away. That would have been a touchdown if he wasn't there. It will be a Knights second down, 2nd and 10 on the Wolves' 15-yard line. Fakes the pass again, runs the ball down the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and that will be number 21 there for the Wolves.
Another tackle made by Kolar.
That is Armin Kolar again, hopping on the back of that running back and just dragging him down to the ground. That was a great tackle there. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Prospect Knights here.
Well, and Kolar is putting himself together a nice night, too, with a few and a half tackles at the very least.
Exactly. And, you know, we have seen a lot from this Prospect offense. I mean, that one play that was broken up by Kolar, the quarterback had a lot of time in that pocket, and he just overthrows his wide receiver there. That is number 4, again, Gordon Kemp. But, I mean, we did see it again, that play. He has had a lot of time in that pocket. This defensive line is having a little bit of trouble getting in here, but I mean, with that much time in that pocket, he can do a lot of things. He can run the ball. He can find an open receiver. I mean, this Wolves defensive line needs to stand up and get in that backfield here.
Well, and at the same time, as long as you can keep the pressure on the quarterback and make him uncomfortable, he won't make those big game-defying deep passes that are obviously giving him a lot of issues because he can't seem to make them.
Yeah. We did just see, while you were talking there, we did see the Prospect Knights try to get the Wolves to jump offside. I don't think they had a play called there. I think they were just trying to get them to jump because we saw that clap by the quarterback and then a snap count called, but none of the Wolves jumped, and Prospect didn't seem to have a play called, so they had to call a timeout. That was great. That was great. What's the word I'm trying to find here? Great discipline by the Wolves defense there. I mean, Prospect tried to do it again. I mean, it's been working for the game. They've got a couple offsides calls on the defense here, but they're standing strong here now.
Well, and that's good that you see Niles West learning from some of their mistakes earlier in the game. And obviously, Prospect is playing with a little bit of naivety here, not even calling a play and trying to force an offsides from the Wolves again. So maybe it's time that the Wolves start capitalizing on some of this naivety, because Prospect is not running some unrecognizable plays at this point in the game.
Well, I think we've seen a lot of plays multiplied here. He will look deep back to his wide receiver on the left side, and it will be toe touched in for a Prospect touchdown.
Touchdown Knights.
That is number 26. No, that is not 26. That is 16. Wide receiver out there. That is Quinton Lucan. That was a great toe touch by him. A great pass by the quarterback. We did see that trips on that play. We did see the trips outside on the left side. And then we saw that running back go into motion, faking that screen play, bringing that linebacker in. And then that cornerback also came in, creating that open space for that pass to be dropped back into the back of the end zone. That was a great play called by Prospect there.
Is good.
Definitely, and maybe my call into naivety falls a little short, because the play calling has been interesting tonight. We've seen a lot of good fake plays from the Knights, and we've also seen a lot of good, very objective plays, like shooting the ball regularly downfield to the tight end. So if I'm on the Niles West side of the defense, I'm not really sure how I would handle that, other than let's keep doing what works.
Exactly. Getting pressure to that quarterback would very much help for this defense. You put pressure on that quarterback, he has shortened time in that pocket. He can't make half of those plays that he's been making right now. So just boosting that defensive line up, maybe bringing a linebacker in to bring down the pressure, maybe bringing a sixth guy in too. Anything would help if we could get to that quarterback. Those plays, like you were saying, those deep plays, those short passes would not be happening if we get down in that backfield. And it will be booted out to the back of the end zone again for another touchback. Wolves will be placed on their 20-yard line again.
Wolves ball.
And so we're seeing a lot of consistency here in the drives coming from the Knights. They're able to identify what changes the Wolves are making, and also the quarterback seems to be looking a bit more comfortable, placing some better spirals and placing some better balls downfield. So I'm going to hope that Niles West can follow route and, do some similar things, make some similar adjustments, getting their quarterback more comfortable, albeit you have to be pretty comfortable to push 5 Knights out of your way and take some hard tackles.
Exactly. We have seen a lot. This Knights defense is not looking too deep here. We see all of their players within 10 yards of that football. So maybe a deep play here without a safety. The deepest guy you got is 10 yards away from the football. You throw a fast wide receiver onto that right side here, you get an open player on that quarterback, and we know Bodie could throw it. We know he can throw the ball. He can find his open receivers here, like he's just going to do right now. He will look for, and it will be dropped. That was intended receiver.
Batted away from Batista.
Intended receiver there, Sebastian Batista, number 18. It'll be 2nd down and 10. That was a great read by Bodie Bickhouse there. He had the time in the pocket. That offensive line was doing great too. He had the time in the pocket. He waited. He looked for his receivers. He saw 2 receivers going on that slant in there in the middle, and he found Sebastian, who just couldn't hold on to the ball there for long enough.
Definitely agree with you there, Nick. And, it's a similar play to something that gave them some good yardage earlier, so props to our quarterback for looking in on that.
Exactly. It will be another screen pass out to the back. He will stiff arm his tackler, but Tyron Marshall could not get a gain there. It'll be a loss of 5 there.
And Marshall even invigorating me. That was a good stiff arm there, but unfortunately the Wolves blocking on the other, players just hasn't been too great as of now on this drive. So hopefully Tyron can find some more room if they decide to utilize him again.
We are looking here, as we've seen on the past 2 drives, we have seen these screen plays are not working. These short, behind the quarterback passes are not working on this Knights defense. So maybe a little slant into the middle. We have seen it a lot. We have seen a lot of open plays there. So maybe that getting some open receivers would help so much for this Wolves offense. He will pass it again to Tyron, but that The defensive player was there automatically.
Incomplete.
I mean, even if he caught that, that would have been, he would have been broken up immediately. So it'll be another 4th down for the Wolves. They will elect a punt. I mean, just this offense has a lot of sparks to it. We have Tyron Marshall, who we know can run the ball very well. We've seen it in that one drive. I don't know why we didn't run the ball at all there. I mean, maybe a 1st down, a 2nd down run, but we did not see it at all. We saw us trying to pass there a lot to Tyron, but maybe give them a run on 1st down, make them think they're playing the run there, and then hit them with a deep ball on 2nd down. Just getting that prospect defense in their head, making them think a little bit too much than they should, and get them to make some mistakes on that defense.
Well, and, you know, Bodie hasn't felt super confident in throwing deeper passes down the field for bigger gains because, in all honesty, the Niles West receivers have been looking a bit sluggish tonight, not being able to pull too much speed out of themselves to get closer, you know, to the wideout where, you know, Bodie could probably more realistically place the ball, which is something that Prospect, in contrast, has been able to do. Get the receivers moving quickly and outside. So we'll hope to see that from the Wolves on their next offensive drive.
Exactly. It'll be a run down the middle here again, and he will push the pile. It'll be a 8-yard gain here for Prospect. We see a different running back in here. That is number 29 here for Prospect. That was tackled by David Osland. The running back there on the play is Keanu. We are seeing a lot of different players here for Prospect. We are missing their star receiver, number 6, who has been taken out of the game, Nathan, because of this, I'm assuming the score here. Will be another run down the middle. He'll be stuffed by 3 Wolves there.
He beats an entire Wolf wall.
But he will have the 1st down there. That'll be a 4-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 on the Wolves 40.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you there, Nick. They're putting in a lot of non-starters, I believe, because of the score of the game, which, you know, in the Wolves' defense, you know, no pun intended, could actually be good for them to try out against some non-starters.
Exactly. I mean, this starter group has shown a lot of flashes for Prospect. I mean, we've seen it on the scoreboard. And maybe it's just too much for this Wolves team here. Maybe getting them with a little bit lower level players here maybe boosts the confidence a little bit, maybe brings up some thinking for the Wolves here, gives them some time to think here, gives them some time to reset, take a little break, and get a big play going here. Maybe a big kick, field goal, touchdown drive here. That would be amazing for the Wolves if they could get a good offensive scoring drive here.
There's a player down on the field right now for the Wolves, unfortunately.
I think that is number 3. That is David Camus down on the field. We are only 4.5 minutes away from halftime here, and the score is 43-0 Prospect. They do have a 1st and 10 on the Wolves 25 here. And we see David Camus getting up there. He will, it looks like he is going off to the sideline, maybe after a big cramp, but we wish him the best here. We have seen a lot of injuries on this field. It's a tough sport.
Agreed, and it is pretty unfortunate for both sides of the ball, so we'd like to take a moment and recognize how much these high school players put into their sports and how much effort they're willing to throw into them, whether they're on the losing side or the winning side. They give their all to it.
Exactly, and that's all you want to see in a player here, especially at this age. I mean, you see a lot of kids who don't want to do it, but the Wolves have a lot of kids who want to play here, and they want to do their best for their team to win. And, you know, that's what you want to see in Niles West football, and that's what you will see in this 3rd and 4th quarter here for the Wolves. I mean, you will see them putting full effort no matter what the scoreboard says here for the Wolves.
Big stop.
And Walker there with a really good tackle there on the Knights receiver, preventing their ability to, find another first down, which, again, like we mentioned before, it may be good having our starters play some second and third stringers to give some confidence boosts.
Will be a run stuffed down the middle. That is David Cotafria getting in that backfield. That was a great play by the Wolves defensive line there.
Cotafria again in the backfield. 3rd and 8.
It'll be 3rd and 8 here for the Knights. This is something the Wolves have not seen yet, a big 3rd and 8 play. And we'll see if the Knights can get over here. It will be a screen pass down to his wide receiver on the left side, and he will be stuffed at the 21-yard line. It will be a 4th down for the Prospect Knights. This will be the first time we will see a Prospect Knights 4th down here.
Yeah, and beyond 4th down, it's also 4th in Chicago as they need 6 yards to put up to even get the first. So that's a good stop for the Wolves thus far on their 3rd down protection there, especially in the red zone. It's good seeing red zone defense putting up a good aggressive play style.
Oh, and we did see another Prospect trying to get the Wolves to jump here. I mean, they are in okay field goal position. It would be around a 35-yard kick, but from what we've seen from their kicker, I think he could make it. So Prospect will call another timeout after not calling a play because they were trying to get the Wolves to jump there. I mean, we saw it again. We saw those 3 wide receivers out wide. They motioned the running back and then snap the play, but no ball moves, and Wolves do not fall for it. And now Prospect will fumble for a play here. They're wasting another timeout, so Prospect only has 1 timeout left, and Wolves have 3.
And, at this point in the game, you don't need to put up a touchdown. I think that they should just go for the field goal, let the Wolves take another possession here at the bottom of the 2nd quarter of the game. And, for the rest of the game, just have it play out a bit low-key because up 43-0, there isn't much you need from your team anymore.
Exactly, and we did see that kicker warming up in that huddle. We'll see if they do kick the football. And it seems as if they are going to attempt the field goal here. It'll be around a 37-yard field goal here on this left hash. This will be a very tough field goal. Let's see what their kicker can do here. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights, and that is a great kick by the Prospect kicker there.
The 40-yard field goal is good for the Knights.
So another good drive for the Knights, but the Niles West defense has gotten a nice stop against them, forcing them for a field goal, and hopefully the Knights will also put in some 2nd and 3rd stringers on their defense, and maybe we'll get to see more Tyrann breakouts tonight.
Exactly. I mean, we do want this morale boost. I mean, this game is far from over, but it is a very hard score difference. But touchdowns, maybe a good Tyrann Marshall big yardage touchdown, boosts a little bit of confidence for next week. I mean, we do go on to Hersey next week. That'll be a very tough game, and we'll see if the Wolves can just get some morale here going. Maybe a couple touchdowns, a couple field goals, a couple good drives too. Just getting this offense up in a good mood, thinking they can do it, knowing they can do it. I mean, we know we can push the ball down here. It's just the play calling that we need to do and the execution to do it. Because we have seen Tyrann Marshall running that ball. We have seen Bodie throwing that ball. I mean, we've seen great bursts from us, this offense, and we'll see if we can do it. And it'll be a short-sided kick. It'll bounce once and picked up at the 10. Running it backwards down to the 5, and he will lose 5 yards on that kick. That was number 10, Avnar Andrew. He lost. Oh, there'll be a flag on the play. I don't know if it's an after the play flag on the Knights there. They seem very happy about that tackle.
Yeah,
it will be a Knights flag. Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, it's all right. The Knights, not that they're losing much anyway, up 46-0 before the half, but if I were the returner there for the Wolves, I probably would have just taken the hits because you wouldn't have lost as much yardage. But really, got to keep your feet moving. I mean, there's your conditioning for the day.
Yeah. I mean, he did have that right side blocked up a little bit. He tried to get out to that left side, but that prospect kickoff team was doing a very good job of breaking that field down, getting down in that downfield. I mean, it was a lot of the return because he did let that ball drop before he picked it up, so that lost him a couple seconds there. And those seconds on that kick return are very crucial. So we did see him get tackled at the 5-yard line, but he will be placed all the way down at the 21-yard line. That was a 15-yard flag. That is great for the Wolves there. Bodie takes a snap, drops back to his right side. Looks for, just tipped. That was number 8 for Prospect there. Just tipped. Wide receiver intended there was Sebastian Batista. That linebacker came out of nowhere. Bodie did not see him at all.
Yeah, and just as the linebacker dropped the ball, so did the ref trying to receive it too. So maybe the refs are getting ready to be put in for the Knights. But
maybe.
That's some good, it's some questionable field reading by Bodie, but also at the same time, he was kind of the only guy that you have open, your tight end. So it's just good reaction time from the Prospect defense to get there to cut in between that ball and prevent a big play for the Wolves.
Exactly. I mean, we do see this Prospect defensive line only has 3 guys on it. So the pressure will be a little bit short for him, but this defensive, and that is a fumble by the Wolves, fumbled snap, and it will be a Prospect ball. That was a tough drive to see for the Wolves there.
Yeah, that's rough, giving Prospect back the ball, and I guess we'll see what happens at the bottom of the second quarter with the way that things look right now. Hopefully the Wolves defense can put up a good stop like they did in the past offensive drive for the Prospect Knights.
Yeah, I mean, that is a tough offensive play, offensive drive. I mean, I don't even know if you can call it a drive at that point. A tough offensive 2 plays.
Less of a drive, more like a bike ride.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of a walk, but I mean, we'll see what this defense can do. We have seen a lot of bursts from them here. There'll be a run down the middle, and that will be stuffed by David Cotafria getting in that backfield. That was a great play. That'll be a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And David Cotafria, drawing up a nice night for himself right now as he's, in the latter half of this second quarter. He's been doing a good job of stuffing up those runs and keeping the Knights from marching downfield like they did earlier.
Exactly. I mean, we have seen a lot of good defensive stands here from each player on this defensive line. I mean, each defensive line has their self-tally to tackle, and then we have seen these DBs getting these pass deflections. I think everyone on this defense has a tackle here. I mean, we have been doing very well here. It's just these deep plays that are really hurting us. I mean, even though we're getting the tackles, they're still getting big yardage here.
Yeah, sorry.
It will be a 3rd and 8 for the Knights here. Prospect seems to have a little bit of miscommunications with their play call here. They will have a different quarterback in here too. That is number 15. That is Wesley Toach. Motion on that left side here. Flea flicker to the right. And he will run it in, breaking tackles, breaking ankles, in for a touchdown. That'll be an 18-yard jet sweep for the Knights. It is currently 52-0 Knights here.
Well, and it may take a Minneapolis miracle here for the Wolves to crawl back from this, but every drive is another chance to learn something. So let's see what the offense for the Wolves looks like here again once they come back after this extra point is tacked on.
I mean, exactly. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy here, but the game seems a little bit out of reach here. But, I mean, anything for the Wolves, like I was saying, a little burst of confidence for the Wolves here, maybe for next week. Getting them, maybe trying out some new plays that they want to try out for Hersey next week. Just keeping their minds open here. Maybe putting out a new quarterback that they want to try out, putting out a new wide receiver that might play next week, getting open plays, just opening up your team here. That'll be awesome for the Wolves to do here. Putting up points on the board would be amazing too. It seems as if they might be going for a 2-point conversion here. But no, that ball is placed too close.
Yeah,
sorry, you can go.
No, you're all right. Honestly, it would be odd for them to go for another 2-pointer just to add a little bit of a toxic cherry on top of this rough game that the Wolves have been seeing. But like you mentioned, it is a good thing to have the Wolves getting a lot of reps in. And like at my high school, Evanston, we put in a lot of different quarterbacks during each game to see who we might want to start, because every quarterback is good at different things.
Yeah, I mean, we did see that last home game. That was against Riverside Brookfield. They did have 2 different quarterbacks, each one different at their own skill sets, very well at each one. And that was very helpful for them in the long run of that game. I mean, they had a quarterback who could throw the ball and a quarterback who could run the ball. And, you know, that really hurt the Wolves' defense in that game. And it's just hard to play when you're on that defense. It's hard to defend when you're seeing 2 different quarterbacks with 2 different play styles on that offense. And so maybe we can see a little bit of different plays from the Wolves here. Maybe get a little confusion going in this into this prospect defense, and maybe putting up some points on the board.
Yeah, and that would be worthwhile to have, having a versatile offense, making some changes, maybe confusing these second and third stringers from the prospect defense. As, you know, you have a chance again, like we've been mentioning, to make some big plays now that the teams may be a bit more evenly matched.
And we do have first-year Coach Anastasiadis, who we will see a lot in the next couple of years. So we'll see what he can do with it on his first year here. Maybe shocks the world here. Maybe he puts in some new plays. Maybe he does some new stuff for this Wolves team that maybe just boosts morale, boosts some stuff for the Wolves here, and get some stuff going. I mean, it is his first year, so he will be learning a lot of stuff, as well as the players too. So we'll see what him and his team can do in these next couple of weeks.
And it's also important to have a new head coach lose some games, because that builds an idea as to what are these players good at, what can we change, and also going off of the off season, it's just a good chance for him to test out some new things that maybe he could apply to this game. So we'll see what the offense looks like after this good return here by the Wolves, and a bit of a low kick there by the Knights.
We did see it offsides on that first kick, so they were backed up a little bit, but that was a short little flicker kick to that 40-yard line, and that was Cole Sebastian who returned it and stood still, not moving an inch. So it will be on the Wolves 35. Sorry about that, I said the 40. But we will see good field position for the Wolves here. Let's see if they can capitalize and make a good play out of it. We will see a different running back in the backfield here. It's Wyatt Nordina. Bodie takes the snap, hands it off to his running back in the middle. Wyatt Nordina breaks a tackle, another tackle, and it will take an army of Knights to take him down. And it will be a 2nd and 3. That is a 7-yard run. That was a great look for Wyatt Nordina there. He had a wide open field, wide open run there, and it took a lot of Knights to get him down. They will do the same thing, put it right in the back with him, and he will get a Wolves first down.
That's some good movement there from the Wolves. Again, taking a battalion of Knights just to bring down one lone wolf there, with some good blocking too and some good protection there from the Wolves offensive line. We might be seeing a lot of a run-heavy offense at this point in the game, Nick.
Exactly, and we are short on time because I have not been looking at the clock, but we only have 30 seconds left in this first half. And the Wolves will, I don't know, did they get the ball to start?
For a gain of 6.
I think the Wolves kicked it off to start.
The Wolves did kick it off to start.
So they will not get the ball. So they want to put up some points on this, or they might just run out this clock here. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're going to run a play. They have 10 seconds winding down. Maybe they do run a play. Maybe they try and get a deep pass going. Maybe they just try and throw up a prayer here, get something going. But it does not seem as that. They will just run this clock out, and it will be 53-0 at the end of this first half.
So a lot to take away here. Obviously, the Wolves offense has had a lot of struggle, but also a lot of positivity, particularly in the run game, especially against these players coming in from the backup squad on the Prospect Knights. So we're going to hope that this looks a bit similar moving into the second half of the game. This has been good for the Prospect Knights, putting up 53-0 against the Niles West Wolves. So we will see you after this break, and thank you for watching this stream.
Thank you.
Please welcome the Niles West dance team. Today's halftime routine was choreographed by Madison Christopher. What an amazing performance by the dance team. Fans, get ready for tonight's halftime contest brought to you by the Niles Chick-fil-A in Tui in collaboration with our student section, The Pack. It's time for Kickin' for Chicken. 5 lucky contestants will step up to the 10-yard line and attempt a field goal. The stakes, chicken steaks of course, free Chick-fil-A for an entire year. Cheer them on as they line up for their shot at the prize. Let's see who's got the leg to bring home the chicken. Thank you again to the Niles Chick-fil-A for their generosity and community partnership. Our first attempt. Just a bit outside. He had the distance, but it's no good. Kicker number 3. No good. Just a bit outside. It needed to go 20, and it only went 18. We're going to do it again from the 5. It's good. Just off. A good attempt. It's good. What a boot! That's 3 lucky students going home with Chick-fil-A for a year. We'd like to take a moment at halftime to thank our fans, family, and friends for their incredible support. Niles West Buildings and Grounds for getting everything set up. The dance teams and cheer for bringing the energy. And the Chain Gang for keeping us all on track. And last but certainly not least, we'd like to thank the Niles West athletic training staff and the junior student trainers for keeping all of our athletes safe. And Niles West Security for looking after all of us. Some football scores from around the area. Maine West 0, Hersey 48. Schaumburg 26, Highland Park 24. Fremd 20, Evanston 7. GBS 17, Barrington 14. In other sports scores, the Cubs won, the Sox lost, and the Indiana Football Hoosiers won 73-0 against Indiana State. We'd like to give a big thank you to our football family volunteers who make each of our team meals possible with generous donations, delicious dishes, spectacular service, and incredible support. The team is thankful for all of the wonderful things you do. The second half will run with running clock rules. The clock will stop for timeouts, the ends of quarters, and scores. The Wolves will receive the kickoff to start the second half. Ben Andrew fights all the way back to the 23-yard line. Nordena spins ahead, gets back to the line of scrimmage. That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Wolves. Interception by Kirkland Hammerstrom for the Knights. A big stop made by Mo Masawi again. It's a loss of 4 for the Knights. He drags down Coleman Foreign in the backfield. Sharon Khan with the coverage for the Wolves. 3rd down. Jonathan Lopez, David Codafrea, and Sharon Khan team up to make the stop after a gain of 4 by Julian Crane. That's 4th and 5 for the Knights. First down for the Knights. Wesley Tosh is stood up by David Codafrea again. Second and 5. It's a whole pack of Wolves that team up to make the stop at the 4-yard line. Officials timeout. Julian Crane takes it in for the Knights touchdown. PAT is good. Touchback, Wolves ball. Nordana gets behind the big boys and pushes ahead for a gain of 7. It's 2nd and 3 for the Wolves. Wyatt Nordana is brought down in the backfield. It's 3rd and 5. Timeout, Wolves. Attention fans. Our concession stands have a special surprise for all of you. It is half-price pizzas until the end of the game. I bet you, yes, you specifically, can eat an entire pizza on your own. Prove me wrong. Nordana bulldozes ahead, picks up the 6 he needed, and that's good enough for a Niles West first down. Nordana is brought down in the backfield. It's 2nd down, and there's a flag on the play. Personal foul on the Knights. That is a 15-yard penalty, and that is good enough for another Niles West first down. False start. It's a loss of 5. It remains first down. Big House's laser falls incomplete. It's second down. Nordana dodges ahead for a gain of 5. It's third and 10. That pass falls incomplete. 4th and 10. That concludes the third quarter. It'll be Niles West, 4th and 10 to start the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can keep chewing up yards, much like how you could be chewing up half-price pizzas at the concession stands. Batista tries to break free of the coverage, but it's batted away. It's a turnover on downs. Knights ball. What a play by Sharon Khan for the Wolves. No gain, 2nd and 10. Dakota Freya hits him in the backfield, and Momasawi finishes the job. Wesley Tosh picks up 3 yards on the play. 3rd down. Mo Masawi and David Codafreya team up for the pressure. Asa Vester on the coverage. 4th and 7. Encroachment on the Wolves. That'll set up 4th and 2. Joseph Benjamin and Suleiman Khan team up. And it's a turnover on downs. Wolves ball. They gobble them up in the backfield, much like how you could be gobbling up half-price pizza at the concession stand. Wyatt Nordana for 12 yards. And a Niles West 1st down. Nordana again for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for the Wolves. Nordana scampers ahead for a gain of 7. It's 3rd and 1. Nordana follows Cole Sebastian and the big boys and picks up a Niles West 1st down. Wyatt Nordana shoves his way for a a gain of about 8. 2nd and 2. Nordana follows that whole wolf wall, and they once again push ahead. And it's enough for another Niles West first down. Nordana gets behind Joseph Benjamin. Pick up a gain of 5. Officials timeout. It's almost picked off, but Cole Sebastian does just enough to force an incompletion. 3rd down. Bodie Bickhouse goes full beast Modi and picks up a Niles West first down. Great blocking by Nordana in the offensive line. Wyatt Nordana takes it in for the Niles West touchdown. He boots it through the uprights. The extra point is good. Kraljevich boots it. Wyatt Nordena and Russ Shattuck on the stop. Sharon Khan makes a big tackle in the backfield. 2nd and 14. Coda Freya and Benjamin on the stop for the Wolves. No gain, 3rd down. A big hit by David Camus. And that'll do it for tonight's matchup. Thank you to the families, fans, friends, players, and coaches for an amazing job tonight.